Okay, I'm here at Nockherberg and I'm drinking here my Starkbier, my strong beer. So it's Starkbier season in Munich. Nockherberg is the most traditional beer hall where you can drink strong beer. There are also other halls, but why there's strong beer season and what's going on here at strong beer season, I will show you in this video. So in that sense, Prost.
But before I show you the atmosphere here at the Nockherberg, let's first explain why there's a strong beer season in the first place. Monks in and around Munich were already brewing beer in the Middle Ages. Since the Paulaner monks were forbidden to eat solid food during Lent, they brewed a particularly strong and nutritious beer. It was the monks' liquid bread. There's also a nice legend about this. The monks wanted to obtain the Pope's blessing for beer as Lenten drink. So they set off for Rome with a barrel of beer across the Alps. Halfway there, they became thirsty. But since all their supplies had already been used up, they opened the barrel to drink some of the beer. In the Italian sun, however, the beer in their open barrel tipped over and turned sour. When they arrived in Rome, the monks handed the Pope a glass of the sour beer. Disgusted, the Pope spat out the beer and declared, if monks voluntarily drink something like this, then it is certainly not a beverage of pleasure, so it can't be permitted as a fasting drink. Since then, strong beer has been drunken here at Nockherberg during Lent. In the 18th century, the Bavarian elector began visiting every year and was presented with the first mug. This tradition continues to this day. Today the first beer is given to the Bavarian minister-president. In 1813, brewer Franz Xaver Zacherl bought the brewery. This made the Paulaner brewery secular. In 1858, there was already music and acting at the Strong Beer Festival, and since 1891, the first Salvator speech has been held here. All of the various important politicians gather for the Salvator speeches, and the speaker pokes fun at them in a cabaret-style manner. For Americans, it's a bit like the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Here too, politicians are not allowed to show any weakness and must at least pretend to laugh at the jokes at their expense. This is also broadcast every year on local television, which is why I unfortunately do not have the image rights. Salvator is also the name of the strong beer served here at Paulaner. It is a dark double bock beer with 7.9% alcohol. That means that this beer goes straight to your head. And also, I'm not really a fan of overly malty and caramel flavored beer. I must say I really enjoyed it here. The beer is well chilled in the ceramic beer mugs, the Käferlohr. This distinguishes the strong beer season from the beer gardens and Oktoberfest, where beer is usually served in glass mugs. Salvator Beer was also the namesake for all bock beers from other breweries in the region. They all end with the suffix ator. There's Triumphator, Maximator, Animator, and so on. There is even an alligator. Accordingly, every brewery holds a strong beer festival in its beer halls. However, the most traditional one is undoubtedly the Paulaner am Nockherberg. It starts every year at the end of February or beginning of March and lasts for about 3 weeks. Other beer halls often start earlier though. Admission costs around €20, but this includes a voucher for your first big beer. The atmosphere there is really like Oktoberfest. People stand on the benches and dance. And a band plays German and international hits to get the party started. Here at Nockherberg, the party crowd is really young. Other beer halls can be a bit more traditional with their supporting program. I'll definitely be filming there in the next years. Since the Starkbierfest is spread across different halls, it's a bit more decentralized than Oktoberfest. But if you're looking for an alternative with the same great atmosphere, a less crowded city center and cheaper hotel prices, then come to Munich in March for the Starkbierfest. I'll link all the beer halls with their strong beer festivals that I can find below. And if you'd like me to show you the city beyond the beer halls, here's my homepage and email address. See you in the next video, Philip.